Set 2, question 13. If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you want to know? I would like to know if the psychic's prediction of my own death is true. Actually, just kidding. I do not want to know the specifics of anything in the future, but I would like to know when and how to prepare for hard times. If there's any mistakes I should avoid, I'd rather just have a sixth sense to know when trouble is coming. If anything, I'd ask for winning Powerball numbers or what stocks to invest in and when to sell. So who needs insider trading when you have a magic crystal ball? Question 14. Is there something that you've dreamed of doing for a long time? Why haven't you done it? I would like to run a marathon. Training is hard and timely, which is why I have not done it yet. I am turning 26 soon, and I do want to do a marathon before I turn 27 because, I want to do 26 miles for 26 years. I would also like to drive across the United States and kind of do van life light for a little bit, but that requires a lot of money or a job that would let me to do that, so maybe I'll do that further down the line. Question 15. What is the greatest accomplishment of your life? Getting my master's degree and buying my townhome are my greatest accomplishments. My master's degree was one of the first things I feel like I accomplished on my own. In my undergraduate years, I was successful by working hard and by being friendly and working well with people who are a lot smarter than me. My 1 year's master program was done in quarantine and done mostly remotely. So I did get help with my peers, but I felt like I did my master's by myself, not by relying on others. Even though the degree and the house are bigger accomplishments, I felt happiest when I ran my first half marathon. Question 16. What do you value most in a friendship? I value good listening. I really want to be seen. I appreciate the friends who challenge me and show me that they are actively listening to me. Friendships should be 50-50. However, they are not going to be 50-50 in every aspect and in every moment in time. Sometimes I will be more of a taker and other times I will be more of a giver. I value the people who understand this and can navigate this within a friendship. Question 17. What is your most treasured memory? When I was a kid, my extended family would take these long summer beach vacations. So my fondest memories are of those vacations, going to the beach, getting dinner, playing cards, all that kind of family stuff. Question 18. What is your most terrible memory? My sister and I have a complicated relationship. I don't understand her, but we are okay now, at least I think. There was a point where both my sister and I were particularly awful to each other. We were living in the same city where we went to university, and my mom came to visit us. I did not have a car at the time, but my sister did, and my parents bought a car for my sister for her college, but they didn't do the same for me. I know that's first world problems, but it felt a little favoritism-y to me, but whatever. So anyways, I did not have a car at the time, but my sister did. In front of our mom, she said that she would help me with something that required a car. So the next day, I texted her asking for help. She responded that she did not want to spend time with me and she would not help me. I felt really annoyed and betrayed, but I respected that she wanted distance and did not reach out to her. I messaged her once and said, I respect your distance. I will not reach out to you again. But what really bugged me is she pretended to be kind in front of our mom just to be two-faced behind her back. Later in that year, she gets a promotion, kind of. It was complicated, but that's not the point. So she gets a job transfer and she moves. She does not tell me this. She does not say goodbye. And at that point, I assumed that my relationship with my sister was over and did not care. What really hurt me and this is my most terrible memory, was that my mom blamed me solely for the breakdown of our relationship. I found out that my sister moved in a text from my mom after the fact, and she was expressing disappointment in me that I did not see her out. I just felt really sick of getting blamed for everything. Question 19. If you knew that in 1 year you would die suddenly, would you change anything about the way you are living right now? Why? I would quit my job. If I could tell people and they would believe me, I would move back in with my parents and enjoy my time with my family. If people wouldn't believe me, I would still quit my job. I would just stay where I am and enjoy more time with my friends and hike more. Question 20. What does friendship mean to you? It means we can trust and rely on each other. We can support each other even if we don't fully agree with each other's decisions. I'm someone who's really happy just to get an invite. Friendship means that you actually want to include me, not that you simply feel obligated to. Question 21. What roles do love and affection play in your life? I love my parents. I love my sister. I feel like a big part of that love comes from a sense of duty and family. When looking for a partner, I feel obligated to look for someone who has the same outlook on love, even though I think I want someone to actually love me, and I'm unsure of what that means. Because my definition of love is based off of obligation, my biggest fear is that I will never be able to love a partner. I do not think I am capable of that type of love. I'm not a very affectionate person. I try to compliment those I care about and give people words of affirmation, but I don't like touching people and I don't like people touching me. So I'm not affectionate with my friends or family, and I couldn't even imagine being affectionate with a partner. I do love my friends, and I feel a very joyous type of love. It's different from the love that I feel for my family, and it's still not the type of love I would feel for a partner, but it is love. The Greeks invented like 9 different types of love, and I don't know them all at the top of my head. Like agape is one. But if you're interested in that kind of stuff, give it a quick Google after this. Question 22. Alternate sharing something you consider a positive characteristic of your partner. Share a total of 5 items. Okay, 5 more compliments for the audience. 1. If you made it this far, you are tenacious and patient. 2, you are making a difference in the podcast community. 3, you have a great sense of humor because I haven't made any jokes yet and you are still sticking around. 4, you are better than a unicorn because you are real. 5, you probably smell really good. Question 23. How close and warm is your family? Do you feel your childhood was happier than most other people's? Families are complicated, and you can probably tell that mine is too from what I've said so far. I talk to my mom once or twice a week. I have no secrets with her, but I do try to keep her at arm's length. I don't like to share my problems with her. I don't like it when she sees me weak and vulnerable, but I appreciate the sacrifices she's made for our family. My mom is a really generous person. She will always give you the shirt off of her back. My dad is my biggest supporter. He shows it by his actions, not necessarily by his words. I feel like he is both my friend and my dad, where my mom will only just ever be my mom. My sister and I, as I have stated, have a strained relationship, but we are doing okay now. I wouldn't describe anyone in my family as warm. Maybe my mom, but none of us are cold either. And I do feel like my childhood was happier than most. I had 2 present parents. I was allowed to roam the neighborhood with all the neighborhood kids. freely, which, made my childhood really fun and full of imagination. There's a disconnect between my childhood and my adulthood, and I cannot pinpoint when, where, or why it happened. And that's also something that my mom points out. She says I was like a different person as a child, and she's not sure what the turning point was for me. Question 24. How do you feel about your relationship with your mom? My mother will always be a mom. She will never be my friend. As I've grown, I've gotten a better understanding of my mom. She was a stay-at-home mom, and because of that, I thought her adult life was always so easy. I do not understand her struggles, but now I am mature enough to recognize and respect them. To give her credit, she worked while my dad was in grad school and basically paid for his grad school, which gave our entire family better opportunities. And this was before I was born. She also really wanted to be a lawyer, but after my sister was born, she decided not to go to law school because she wanted to stay and take care of us, which is a really, really big sacrifice. My mom needs to be a mom and take care of something. She, however, raised me and my sister, or my sister and I, to be independent. She raised us to be so independent to a point where we don't need a mom, even though she needs a daughter. I feel like that caused a lot of contention in our relationship in the past. I mentioned that I like to keep my mom at arm's length, but I am more willing to rely on her now. However, it's about smartly picking what I let her in on, and I feel like that it's improved our relationship a little bit.